The NBA was wrong about Jalen Brunson. Now, if you've been following his career closely, you probably already know where I'm going with this. But for those of you who might not be aware, let me fill you in on why the NBA was wrong about Jalen Brunson. Before we get into the juicy details, let's take a quick look at Jalen Brunson's journey to the NBA. This guy had an incredible college career playing for Villanova, where he showcased his impressive leadership skills and basketball IQ, leading the team to not one, but 2 NCAA championships. So he was already a proven winner before even entering the NBA. A couple of NBA players on those teams: Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo. 2 of those guys are on Jalen Brunson's team today. Mikal Bridges is to be determined, but that's for another subject for another day. Now, with all that being said, somehow on draft night, Jalen Brunson was overlooked by several teams. Maybe it was just because due to his lack of flashy athleticism or his 6'2" height, but whatever the reason, teams missed out on a gem. The Dallas Mavericks eventually picked him up in the second round, and boy, did they strike cold. From the moment he stepped onto the NBA court, Jalen Brunson was on a mission to prove the doubters wrong. As a rookie, he showcased his scoring ability, ball handling skills, and a composure, making it evident that he belonged in the league. Yet some people still didn't give him credit that he deserved. During his time with the Dallas Mavericks, Jalen Brunson was consistent and a reliable performer for the Dallas Mavericks. Night in and night out, he gave his all, stepping up when the team needed him the most. He was a walking bucket, a savvy playmaker, and his ability to come through in clutch situations was remarkable. Now, we all remember the Western Conference Finals, the performance versus Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz. Jalen Brunson was simply dominant in his bag, taking Donovan Mitchell toe to toe. Fast forward to today, when Jalen Brunson simply eliminated Donovan Mitchell again. Yeah, the thing I also love about Jalen Brunson is his consistent performance. When he got snubbed from the All-Star team, he came out with a chip on his shoulder. The very next game, he dropped 41 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 14 and 19 from the field, 5 of 7 from three-point land. He made a statement. He wanted to be an All-Star. He deserved to be an All-Star. Injuries kind of hampered him when he was out for that little bit. He wasn't voted, and it sucks. But I'm telling you, he's coming for that All-Star award, and he's an All-Star. He's a bona fide All-Star, and it's coming. You had NBA analysts on major platforms that said, "I'm shocked. Look what Charles Barkley said about Jalen Brunson not making the All-Star team."
I'm kind of shocked Jalen Brunson didn't make it.
That was a question. Would there be 2 New York Knicks on there, and would Brunson and Randall both make it?
And I'm not, and I don't even look at it like that. I think this is one of the best free agent signings in a long time. I'm glad. Congratulations to all those guys. I'm not saying take anybody off, but I thought Jalen Brunson deserved to make this team.
But shout out to Mark Cuban for letting Jalen Brunson walk, and the New York Knicks just simply signed him to a 4-year, $100 million contract that is, looking back at it, one of the best bargains in the NBA. Jalen Brunson's contract is simply incredible. When comparing his contracts to Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Halliburton, he's right up there with those two. Not comparing the players, even though if you want to compare the players, you can say Jalen Brunson is right there or better than them. The thing that's knocking Jalen Brunson is that he hasn't made an All-Star team yet. And I'm pretty sure in 2023, 2024, Jalen Brunson is going to have a chip on his shoulder and he is going to make the All-Star team. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Let's compare Jalen Brunson to some of the players who were drafted ahead of him. It's eye-opening to see how his stats stack up against players who were considered more highly touted prospects. Brunson's efficiency, basketball IQ, and all-around game proved that he deserved more attention on draft day. Just to name some of the few point guards that were drafted ahead of Jalen Brunson, I'm not going to name all of them, but just to give you guys a little gist of what I'm talking about, Javion Carter was 1 pick ahead of Jalen Brunson, taken by the Memphis Grizzlies. Omari Spellman, taken by the Atlanta Hawks. Jacob Evans, Golden State Warriors. Landry Shamet, Anthony Simons, even though I like Anthony Simons. Aaron Holiday, Grayson Allen, and even his teammate Dante DiVincenzo was taken in the first round. 17th pick by the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm sure over dinners that Jalen Brunson haggles him over that, but now they're teammates, so I'm sure that it's all good. So those are some of the names, just to name a few, and it's incredible to see Jalen Brunson's journey. The New York Knicks simply have a gem in him, and it's going to be interesting whether they can build a team around him. Despite being underrated, Jalen Brunson has received some well-deserved recognition during his NBA career, but it still feels like the league hasn't given him the full credit, the full acknowledgement. Maybe it's time to start considering him for some of those prestigious awards. I'm telling you, he's coming from that All-Star award, and it would not surprise me if he's an All-NBA caliber player, because we saw what he did versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. We saw what he did versus the Miami Heat in the playoffs. This season, looking back at it, in 11 games during the NBA playoffs, Jalen Brunson was averaging almost 28 points a game, 5 assists a game, 4.9 rebounds in 11 games in the 23 playoffs against the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Miami Heat. Miami went to the NBA Finals, as we all know, lost to the Denver Nuggets. But his performance versus the Miami Heat even had Eric Spoelstra saying, I don't know how the hell this guy wasn't an all-star and how he wasn't on an all-NBA team.
With the way Brunson had it going, what were the kind of softer doubles able to accomplish down the stretch?
Not a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, how was that dude not an all-star or all-NBA? I haven't even like really checked the all-NBA. Have those come out yet? He should be on one of those teams. I wish he was still out west, but man, you got to respect him as a competitor. He's like a lot of our guys in the locker room. He's got an iron will. There's something about these Villanova guys. They're tough as they come as competitors, and Jalen's taken that baton for sure. He's just an incredible competitor. And, you know, yeah, we came in with some different ideas, trying to get the ball out of his hands, you know, and then he went to a different thing, 5 out of 10 from 3. But that's what great players do.
They had no answer for Jalen Brunson that whole series. And watching it up close and personal, I was at a couple of those games. I was at a game in MSG, and it was just incredible. Nothing phases him. Nothing phases Jalen Brunson. So as we look into the future, I'm beyond excited to see Jalen Brunson's continued growth and success in the NBA. He's proven time and time again that he's a force to be reckoned with, and I have no doubt he'll keep shining on the big stage. As I said previously, lights don't matter for Jalen Brunson. His performances in the playoffs with the Dallas Mavericks, incredible. His performances in the playoffs with the New York Knicks for that 1 year, Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, he pretty much had the whole team on his back versus Miami Heat. Needed some help, didn't get it. Incredible. So we know Jalen Brunson is built for the stage, and he is damn sure built for NYC. New York City finally has their point guard, and he's young. He's only 26 years old. So you figure that he's just entering his prime. You figure you still have 5 or 6 great years of Jalen Brunson left. Sign me the heck up for that. So in conclusion, the NBA was wrong about Jalen Brunson. His college success, his consistent performance, and his impact on the team all speak volumes about his talent and ability. So to all the doubters out there, it's time to give him credit where credit is due. What do you guys think about Jalen Brunson's journey? Do you agree with me? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit a like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well, so you don't miss any of our future NBA content, especially the New York Knicks content. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.